Tonight, let's make dinner a breeze with a delicious and comforting crescent roll casserole that's as easy as it is satisfying. Whether you're cooking for family, friends, or just yourself, this dinner delivers on taste without demanding hours in the kitchen. It's the go-to recipe when you need something hearty, delicious, and wonderfully simple. Ideal for busy weeknights, potlucks, or whenever you crave a homemade meal with minimal effort. Imagine warm, golden crescent rolls enveloping a savory, creamy filling, bubbling and aromatic from the oven. This is comfort food at its finest, with a recipe that's delightfully customizable to suit any taste or dietary preference. Let's start by setting the scene. Picture yourself walking into your kitchen after a long day, ready for a meal that's big on flavor but light on prep. Crescent roll casserole is your secret weapon. With just a handful of pantry staples and a few minutes of hands-on work, you'll have a dish that tastes like you spent hours crafting it. The magic of this recipe comes from its blend of convenience and creativity. Crescent rolls, those flaky, buttery gems from the refrigerated section, serve as the perfect base for a casserole that can be filled with endless combinations of meats, cheeses, and vegetables. Begin by preheating your oven, usually to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, but always check your crescent roll packaging to be sure. While the oven warms, gather your ingredients. The beauty of this casserole is its adaptability. The classic version often calls for ground beef or turkey, but you can easily substitute shredded rotisserie chicken, sautéed mushrooms, or even a medley of your favorite vegetables for a vegetarian twist. If you're in the mood for Tex-Mex flavors, consider adding black beans, corn, and taco seasoning. If Italian is more your style, a blend of sausage, marinara sauce, and mozzarella cheese transforms the dish into a pizza-inspired delight. Let's walk through a foolproof version that's sure to please even the pickiest eaters. Start by browning 1 pound of ground beef in a skillet over medium heat. As the meat cooks, add a sprinkle of salt and pepper for seasoning. Once the beef is browned and cooked through, drain any excess fat. Stir in a can of condensed cream of mushroom soup and half a cup of sour cream to create a rich, creamy filling. For extra flavor, add a handful of shredded cheddar cheese and a teaspoon of garlic powder or Italian seasoning, whatever you have on hand. Next, unroll your crescent dough, separating it into triangles as directed on the packaging. In a lightly greased baking dish, lay half of the crescent roll triangles along the bottom, gently pressing the edges together to form a single layer. Don't worry if it's not perfect. The dough will puff and meld together as it bakes. Spoon the savory meat and cream mixture evenly over the crescent roll base, spreading it to the edges. Now comes the fun part, layering the remaining crescent triangles over the top of the filling. You can arrange them in a lattice pattern, crisscrossing for a rustic look, or simply layer them in rows. Brush the top layer with a little melted butter for extra golden color and flavor. Sprinkle with more shredded cheese if you like, or add a dash of paprika or fresh herbs for a pop of color. Slide the casserole into the preheated oven and bake for about 25 to 30 minutes, or until the crescent rolls are golden brown and the filling is bubbling at the edges. The aroma will fill your kitchen, signaling that dinner is almost ready. While it bakes, set the table, toss together a simple green salad, or just take a moment to relax. This casserole is the kind of meal that gives you back precious time without sacrificing taste. Once the casserole emerges from the oven, let it cool for a few minutes before serving. This brief rest allows the filling to set, making it easier to slice and serve. The first forkful delivers a satisfying combination of flaky pastry, creamy filling, and savory goodness. Every bite is warm, comforting, and deeply satisfying. A meal that brings people to the table with smiles. One of the best things about crescent roll casserole is how easy it is to adapt to your family's tastes and dietary needs. Swap in ground turkey for a leaner option, or use plant-based crumbles for a vegetarian meal. If you're gluten sensitive, look for gluten-free crescent roll dough, or try layering thinly sliced potatoes as a substitute base. You can add vegetables like sautéed onions, bell peppers, or spinach directly to the filling for added nutrition and flavor. For a breakfast version, fill the casserole with scrambled eggs, cooked sausage or bacon, and shredded cheese. a perfect make-ahead brunch that reheats beautifully. Kids especially love this dish, thanks to its comforting flavors and fun, pull-apart pastry top. It's also a great way to use up leftovers. Have some roasted chicken from last night's dinner? Shred it and mix it with a can of cream of chicken soup and frozen peas for a quick and easy filling. Leftover chili or sloppy Joe mix. Spread it between the crescent roll layers for a Tex-Mex-inspired casserole. For those who like a little crunch, consider topping the casserole with crushed fried onions or breadcrumbs before baking. A sprinkle of Parmesan cheese adds a savory, nutty note, while fresh parsley or chives brighten the dish just before serving. You can even make individual casseroles by assembling the ingredients in muffin tins for perfectly portioned servings, ideal for kids or meal prep. When it comes to serving, crescent roll casserole pairs beautifully with simple sides. A crisp green salad with a tangy vinaigrette balances the richness of the casserole. Steamed green beans, roasted carrots, or sautéed zucchini make colorful vegetable accompaniments. For a heartier meal, serve with mashed potatoes or a side of buttered noodles. And don't forget to offer a dollop of sour cream or a drizzle of hot sauce for those who like a little extra kick. Cleanup is a breeze with this one-dish wonder. Most versions require just one skillet and a baking dish, minimizing time at the sink and maximizing relaxation after dinner. Leftovers keep well in the refrigerator for up to 3 days and reheat nicely in the microwave or oven, making this casserole a great option for meal prepping or easy lunches the next day. Crescent roll casseroles aren't just for dinner, they can be the star of breakfast or brunch as well. Try a sweet version by filling the dough with cream cheese and fruit preserves, then dusting with powdered sugar after baking. Or create a savory breakfast bake with eggs, ham, and cheese, nestled between layers of crescent rolls, perfect for feeding a crowd on holiday mornings. If you're looking to impress with minimal effort, this casserole delivers. Its golden, flaky crust is inviting, and the creamy, savory filling is pure comfort. And because it's so versatile, you can reinvent it week after week, keeping dinner interesting without ever feeling repetitive. Tonight, as you pull your bubbling crescent roll casserole from the oven, take a moment to savor the aroma and the knowledge that you've created something wonderful with minimal fuss. Gather around the table, share stories, and enjoy the simple pleasure of a homemade meal. With this easy crescent roll casserole, dinner is more than just food. It's warmth, comfort, and connection, all baked into one irresistible dish. So the next time you're searching for an easy, crowd-pleasing recipe that brings smiles to the table, remember this crescent roll casserole. It's proof that delicious doesn't have to mean complicated, and that the best meals are often the simplest. Tonight, dinner is served. Easy, comforting, and absolutely delicious.